Audio recorded December 29th, 2018. Holy crap, it's been a while. Anyways, hello cats and kittens, I am the halcyon Lioness, and welcome aboard. Happy D&December, gentle folks! It's almost over, no! Wait, D&D what? I can hear at least 3 of you ask. Long story. The Cliff Notes answer is that D&December is a month-long celebration of all things Dungeons & Dragons, inaugurated a few years ago by a YouTuber using the handle ProJared. There's a chance you might have heard of the guy. But I ramble. I wanted a chance to finally get into the action this year, so this is my contribution. A speed paint time-lapse of one of my first characters that I've had a chance to actually play in D&D with any seriousness. Ladies and gentlemen, meet my treasured Lycan bloodhunter, Kaelon Seagrey. I'm choosing to depict Kaelon here as he was when he started the campaign that permanently endeared him to me. In effect, he was your stereotypical, grumpy, asocial, slightly awkward, totally emo Broody McBroodface. Yes, slightly awkward. That's in the list of otherwise flat and boring traits that I wrote for him. Look, I knew going in my history with dice, so I wrote him with enough leeway for him to be slightly comedic should the dice decide to invalidate any hope of him being properly badass. Now, implicitly there is the hope that I can tell his story in full via the use of fiction and campaign diaries. Life is insanely busy right now, though. But there is a possible future where I'm either not bogged down by IRL obligations, or chronic fatigue, laziness. Never mind. Moving on. I originally conceived Kaelon for use in a pre-recorded D&D show, planned to be played, filmed, and edited Titan's Grave style by a group of respected colleagues. The setting was to be the Forgotten Realms, and not in Critical Role's Exandria, where the Bloodhunter class was native. So I worked out some custom lore so the class of my choice could feasibly operate in the world of Toril. A few weeks into the planning phase of the production, the DM that was set to run the game bailed on us, likely feeling pressure from the cast and the producer. I was going to offer to take over, but the producer had another DM planned before I could ask. Long story short, the campaign I originally drew Kaelon up for never happened. And while I'm sad things didn't work out for my colleagues, in a way I'm very glad that doomed campaign never got off the ground. Now, in the Critical Role community, there is a biannual event known as Tal'Dorei Day. And that's been observed in some capacity for about a couple years now. During this event, people are invited to run and participate in one-shots in the world of Exandria. This event was intended to open up tables for people looking for D&D groups or looking to experience the game for the first time. It was through the first iteration of this event that I had the good fortune to be picked up by one such group, and participated in a one-shot set in the then uncharted reaches of Wildmount. I happened to have an untethered character that needed a world to roam, and they needed one more person at the table, so rest is history. We had a stellar group that night, and an equally stellar DM guiding our adventure. Suffice it to say, we decided to stick around for another session. And another. And another. And another. As you do. But the events of that campaign are tales I might have to tell later. Let me know, some way, somehow, if that sort of story time is something you gentle lot would like to see pop up here. Now, anyways. At the start of the campaign, Kaelon was, and I reiterate, this is intentional, He was dull, and perhaps even a bit of a prick. Mind you, he started out the stereotypical emo, selectively mute, broody McBrood face with a tragic and troporific backstory. I say that humorously. But it might not be humorous to you. Never mind. Said backstory involves watching his older paladin brother slaughter an innocent peacekeeping organization, followed by that said older brother technically mortally wounding Kaelon and leaving him to die. Anyone would probably be pretty prickly and keen on keeping folks at arm's length after technically dying like that. Wouldn't you? I might elaborate on that backstory sometime. I know I'm gonna say this multiple times, but people forget these things. I don't mean you guys, please. Bottom line is that when I hopped into that initial one-shot, Kaelon wasn't intended to be someone to be pleasant around. And he would have been keen on not being around other people if he could help it. He wasn't a leader at this stage, but he wasn't a follower either, often going off to do his own thing. He likes you, but not that much. That was, something I would say to the group before Kaelon shoved his way past the party, walked down a hall, and finished a puzzle on his own. That said, he wasn't completely awful. In the end, Kaelon still had the heart of a proper paladin inside, despite his, awkward, emo, werewolf exterior. Well, there is more to Kaelon and his story than him being your typical Broody McBrood face. Yeah, I said it again. Sorry. But, like I've said before, those are stories I'll have to tell for another time. If you guys would like me to. Anyway, that should be that. Thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you enjoyed. And put up with my incessant rambling. Until next time, cats and kittens, have fun, be safe, stay awesome, and love always. I'll see you guys on the other side.